Yo, so Sneako just got caught doing something wild that perfectly shows how fake this whole thing is. This dude has been going around preaching Islam, talking about how he converted, how he's living the Muslim life, how he's this spiritual guide for young men. And then boom, this video of him ordering mojitos, Moscow mules, and tequila shots, like straight up sitting down and ordering 3 different alcoholic drinks in one order.
Can I get a mojito, a Moscow mule, and a tequila shot?
Mojito, Moscow mule, and tequila.
Thank you.
And the crazy thing is, people have been calling this out for months now. Like, this isn't even new information at this point. There's been clips circulating of people literally pressing him on being an alcoholic while he's up there preaching Islam, like he's some kind of moral authority. But Sneako just keeps doing it. He keeps getting caught, he keeps drinking, he keeps preaching, and apparently nothing ever happens to him. Let me back up for a second though, because there's a whole lot more context to this that makes it even wilder. Sneako has been removed from major platforms, including YouTube, for what the company described as extreme hateful conduct. His content has drawn criticism for anti-Semitic remarks, misogyny, and extremist views. Clips online show him using Nazi slogans and chanting phrases that many groups say encourage violence against Jews.
They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
This guy is not just some casual streamer. He's been banned from massive platforms. He's been documented spreading hate. He's been linked to extremist content and extremist movements. But then he converted to Islam, or at least he says he converted to Islam. And suddenly all of that gets repackaged as him being in.
I converted in Dubai. I did say the words. All you have to do to convert to Islam is say, Muhammad is the prophet and Allah is the one true God. And then that's it. Shout out to the sartorial shooter. He brought me to the mosque.
Do they not believe in Jesus?
No.
I'm sorry if these are dumb questions.
No, they're not dumb questions.
Yeah.
It's good to ask these. They do believe in Jesus. That's actually, Islam and Christianity have a lot in common. You know that in the Quran, they talk more about Jesus than Muhammad. Jesus is brought up all the time. He's not actually God, though. That's the difference in Catholicism, why it didn't really make sense to me, because how could you be a human and God? Catholics believe that Jesus is God and God is God, but they're the same, like Father, Son. It's like this weird, that doesn't make any sense to me. But in Islam, the reason that I converted is Allah is the one true God. That's the one, that's the creator of the universe, the creator of everything. Jesus was there to spread his message. Muhammad was the prophet. And then we are all his people. We are all his creation.
Enlightened or awakened or finding the right path. And his followers, especially young men, they eat it up. They think he's found the truth. They think he's guiding them toward righteousness. But then he gets caught ordering alcohol at bars and clubs on camera. So like, here's the thing. In Islam, alcohol is forbidden. It's not a suggestion. It's not like a guidance or a recommendation. It's explicitly forbidden. The Quran is pretty clear about it. And any Muslim scholar, any imam, any knowledgeable person about Islamic teachings will tell you that consuming alcohol is haram, which means it's forbidden. You can't just be a Muslim who drinks. That's not a thing. You either follow the rules or you don't. Now there's a bit of complexity here because Sneako was ordering these drinks with what looks like Clavicular and other people there. So technically maybe he was ordering them for other people and not drinking them himself. But even that doesn't really matter because in Islam, providing alcohol to others, facilitating their drinking, encouraging them to drink, that's also not permissible. You can't be the person enabling haram behavior and claim to be a practicing Muslim at the same time. So what we're really looking at is someone who's built an entire brand and following on the idea that he's found Islam and he's living a righteous Muslim life and he's teaching other young men how to do the same. He's positioning himself as a god. He's positioning himself as someone who has the answers. He's positioned himself against the decadence of Western society and the drinking culture and all of that. And then he gets caught repeatedly engaging in the exact behavior he supposedly transcended. This is classic hypocrisy. This is the definition of hypocrisy. You're preaching one thing publicly while doing the exact opposite privately. And what makes it even worse is that it's not even private anymore. It's on camera, it's on video, it's viral. People can see it, and yet he still keeps acting like everything is fine. He still keeps preaching. He still keeps acting like he's some kind of spiritual authority. Think about the young men who are listening to him. Think about the people who've actually genuinely converted to Islam based partly on what they learned from Sneako. They're out here trying to follow the rules. They're trying to not drink. They're trying to live according to Islamic principles. And meanwhile, the person who convinced them to convert is openly drinking and acting like it's not a big deal. That's not just hypocritical, that's actually harmful, that's manipulative. Because you're essentially lying to these people. You're presenting yourself as someone living a certain way when you're not actually living that way. You're selling them a version of Islam while you're privately rejecting parts of it that don't fit your lifestyle. And what's wild is that Sneako's been called out on this multiple times. Like, there's video evidence, there's documentation, there's people straight up confronting him about it. And his response, he doesn't really change. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't actually address the contradiction. He just keeps moving forward like nothing happened. Do you think Sneako is a genuine Muslim convert? Or do you think this is all a grift for content and followers? Like, drop your actual honest opinion in the comments, because this is something a lot of people are confused about. But here's where it gets even darker than just the alcohol thing, because the alcohol is one aspect of a much bigger picture. Sneako has also been linked to the manosphere, an online space often criticized for anti-women views.
And looking back now at the way these manosphere, red pill, dork, clout chasers are obsessively talking about me every single day, and I've went to bat for all these people. It's all these people that are obsessed and act like exes, these clout chasers, all of them are identical. You guys know, literally all of them. There's so many that fall into the exact same category, and we have to all put them in the same, like, okay, they're just gonna keep on yapping, we'll leave them. But people they don't have any credibility anymore. The manosphere is dead, it's over. Louis Theroux really put the final nail in that coffin for the manosphere. I do like Justin Waller. But now that it's over, you look back and it's like, I took all of these hits, had all this drama, I went to bat for a lot of these people. When these people didn't have a voice, I spoke up for them. I defended these people because I believed in the idea to be loyal to a fault. And you know, even somebody that I apologize to, and I'm not really the type of guy to apologize like that.
He has been linked to meetings with extremist figures and anti-Semitic content. So we're not just talking about someone who converted to Islam and sometimes drinks. We're talking about someone who's been involved in spreading hate, extremist ideology, anti-Semitic content, and misogynistic views. And then he adds Muslim to his brand. And suddenly all of that gets reframed. Like, think about how insane that is. You've got someone who's been documented promoting hate toward women, promoting hate toward Jewish people, promoting extremist ideology. And then he converts to Islam, or claims to convert to Islam. And suddenly he's got a whole new audience. He's got young men who think this is the path to enlightenment. He's got followers who think he's found the truth, but the truth is he's still promoting a lot of the same hateful ideology. It's just wrapped in Islamic language now instead of alt-right language or manosphere language. Same poison, different packaging, and the drinking thing, the mojitos and the Moscow mules and the tequila shots, that's just the most obvious visible contradiction. Because everybody can see that. Everybody knows that Muslims don't drink. It's one of the most basic fundamental rules of Islam. So when people see Sneako ordering alcohol, they immediately know something doesn't add up. What's interesting is that some people have tried to defend him by saying, well, maybe he was ordering it for other people. Maybe he wasn't actually drinking. But even if that were true, why would a Muslim be facilitating the drinking of others? Why would someone who's supposedly devoted to Islam be sitting in a bar ordering multiple alcoholic beverages for people around him? That doesn't align with Islamic teachings either. And honestly, based on what we know about Sneako's general behavior and patterns, it seems pretty unlikely that he's just ordering drinks for other people out of the goodness of his heart. This is someone who's made a whole thing out of his image. He's very intentional about what he projects. So if he's there ordering drinks, he's probably there enjoying the whole bar scene, the whole atmosphere. He's probably participating in something that he's supposedly rejected by converting to Islam. What really gets me about this is how little accountability there is. Like, if you or I got caught in this kind of contradiction, if we were preaching one thing and doing another, we'd get called out hard. Our credibility would be shattered. But Sneako, he just keeps streaming. He keeps getting donations. He keeps getting followers. Kick, the streaming platform, they keep...
People are calling me broke, and it's starting to annoy me. This is how much I'm making on Kick, not YouTube. For everyone who wants to know, I mainly stream on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. Kick is here and Kick is good, but this is January. So I'm not really inclined to show this stuff, but it's just because everyone's on my dick. I won't show YouTube You know, YouTube is even better. But here's Kick. Here's how much I made. The 13-hour stream made $12,000, 12.5K. Yesterday it was 4K. Oh no, 2 days at 3.6. There's 8K, all this stuff. There you go. So yeah, I need all the pocket watchers. There you go. There you go. Here's your content. So just imagine what I'm making on YouTube if this is what I'm making on Kick. All right? No bots, nigga. No bots. Never in my life. Fuzi texted me and he said one of the things I respect about you is that you've never botted, and I never will. You can't bot this. You can't bot this right here. Poetic. So all the people are like talking all this, talking about the fact that I only have an apartment in Miami and New York and all this stuff. I'm only showing, not to flex, just to shut everybody up for a second and to show you what's going on. And everybody's saying, okay, it's Kick. Well, just imagine YouTube monetized again. Just imagine everything else.
Partnering
all right,
with
so get
him.
off my phone.
He's apparently making close to $200,000 a month on that platform. So there's actually financial incentive for him to not address this. There's actually financial incentive for him to just keep moving forward with the grip. Because the people who are paying him, they're either not bothered by the hypocrisy, or they don't know about it, or they do know about it, but they don't care because the content is entertaining. And that's another layer to this whole thing. Entertainment and attention have become more valuable than authenticity, more valuable than actually living according to your stated value. Sneako can get more followers, more money, more attention by being the controversial guy who says crazy things and wears the Islamic aesthetic while still living a Western lifestyle than he could by actually being authentic about anything. Make sure you're subscribed because we're going to keep breaking down these kinds of contradictions. There's so much content out there of people who are selling a version of themselves that doesn't match reality. People who are building followings on falsified personas. And it's important to recognize that pattern and call it out. What's wild is that there are genuinely faithful Muslims out there who actually live according to their beliefs, who do abstain from alcohol, who do try to follow the rules. And then you've got someone like Sneako who's using Islam as a brand while rejecting some of its core principles. And the genuinely faithful people are probably upset about that too, because their religion is being used as a marketing tool by someone who doesn't actually practice it. This is the thing about the internet and social media that drives me crazy. You can build a massive following based on a false version of yourself. You can make serious money off of hypocrisy. And there's not really a mechanism for real accountability. The only thing that would actually stop Sneako is if his followers decided to hold him accountable. If they decided that hypocrisy matters. If they decided that authenticity actually means something. But I'm not holding my breath on that one, because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't care about truth. They care about the content. They care about the entertainment value. They care about having someone to follow and believe in. Even if that person is completely fake. Subscribe if you want to keep up with these kinds of stories, because they're not going away. There's going to be more Sneakos. There's going to be more people building fake personas and selling them to young, vulnerable audiences. And it's worth paying attention to how that works and why it works so effectively. Peace.